What's going on, YouTube? Vol here, welcoming you back to Anime Royalty Radio.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
You can actually do
up in the air.
anything with them now. It's so great.
It's weird.
And tonight on our anime episode, we're going to be going over my pick on our last anime episode, which was Akudama Drive. And
Quick weapons check. Nobody hurt anybody else. Okay? These are all just opinions.
Slight weapons malfunction.
Yes.
So
no mean text messages were sent back and forth about this.
there were none.
No, true.
Yeah.
Unless they were sent amongst them.
No, they were not. They were not.
He's on to us.
Damn it! Good thing we work together, guys.
So a little bit about Akudama Drive. It came out in October 2020, so it's kind of recent. I believe the last episode aired December 2020, so it's not too terribly old.
Nope.
It's a very interesting show. It's kind of cyberpunky, kind of dystopian type future. It's Japan. It's Kansai, but it's Japan. It's one of my favorite things about it is the fact that nobody's personalized. Like, nobody has names. They're just, the name of their character is what they are.
Brawler.
It's like the Seven Dwarfs, but for criminals. Like, oh yeah, you jaywalked, your name is Jaywalker.
I actually enjoyed that so much.
The simplisticness of it was nice.
Yeah.
I will say this. One of my favorite things about it was the style of the cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Not cyberpunk.
The
Steampunk.
aesthetic of the town.
There was just a touch, just a little kiss of CGI, and it worked.
Just a peck, just a light kiss, like you're kissing an assistant.
Slight dusting. So this show was actually inspired by Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs. I don't know if you guys picked up on that.
I did.
You did, yes.
I haven't seen it.
That was another pretty cool thing about it.
I will. I'll show you. I'll
Okay.
show you the way.
Okay.
So a little bit about the plot of the show.
Reservoir Dogs. You've seen it. I
Well,
don't know how he hasn't.
I haven't
okay?
seen Pulp Fiction up until like 2 years ago. Yeah.
You're behind on the times.
You're the one that showed me Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's right. I did.
So in this dystopian Kansai, Japan, the really bad criminals are referred to as Akudama. And so basically one of the worst Akudama, Cutthroat, who is actually one of my favorite characters.
Really?
He is voiced by Matt Shipman. I don't know if you more recently he was Hajime in Eri Fureta. He played Redo Injo in that Super X Arrows I keep trying to get you guys to watch. He's also Crom and Dr. Stone, Senku's assistant in the village.
Oh
Yeah.
He's such an annoying voice.
That's why he's one of my favorites. But so Cutthroat is about to be executed, and a SOS is sent out to several Akudama that says, "Hey, if you can save this Akudama before he's executed, I'll give you 1,000,000 yen." So of course, Courier, Doctor, Brawler, and Hacker all descend upon the Kansai police station to save Cutthroat. And of course, our poor ordinary person, the main girl,
Just trying to deliver a coin back to
just trying to return the coin, becomes the criminal swindler, and Hoodlum, of course, gets
my boy Hoodlum.
Yeah. it gets taken along for the ride, and they get there and they free Cutthroat just to get bomb collar slapped on and suicide squatted into a new mission
by a talking cat.
by a talking cat.
But they did get paid, by the way.
They did get paid, but they get offered an even more ludicrous amount of money if they can complete their new objective, which is to steal something from a vault on a sacred train called the Shinkansen that travels between Kansai and Kanto, and Kanto is the place that these people believe their gods live.
Are you getting all that?
It's pretty
Are you keeping up?
sacred.
Yeah,
We're not stopping.
this is 100 miles a minute.
And it just goes absolutely downhill from there. Like, it is just craziness after craziness. And it kind of put me in mind of like Ocean's 13
Mm-hmm.
meets the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true. I can see that.
And it was just I actually enjoyed the ride. Like I picked it up, I started watching it, I couldn't stop. My only qualm was actually the same as a lot of your guys' is the end.
Now, you know what's so funny about that? Because after I watched it, I was like, well, let's see what other people are saying. I just wanted to get a feel for what the community sees this as. You don't know how many times I've heard modern classic thrown around. And they thought that the whole show was open and shut, ending was good, everything like that. I definitely disagree. Sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna need their name and where they live.
It wasn't bad.
You were expecting more?
I'm always expecting more.
Does there need to be more?
Always.
Where do you guys think the drop off was at? I'll say it was relatively right after Brawler's death and the death of the Executioner. Right around there is where it just kind of started dropping down.
I would have to agree.
You guys were Brawler fans, weren't you?
Yeah.
I liked Brawler.
Bro!
Yeah.
I had my doubts when Brawler died. I thought, okay.
That's where the depression hits you.
Yeah,
You start to think that thought creeps into the back of your mind like, well, they are criminals.
Right.
I don't think any of them are going to make it.
The depression started sitting in with that, but I thought, it can still make a comeback. Every anime has its sad moment, the low moment.
Yeah.
And then they get to the shuttle, and Doctor's a bitch.
But I did like how Doctor...
That's when I knew the show was dead.
And
it was
Cutthroat
over.
was even more batshit insane
Oh my
than he
God.
previously was.
Red.
So much more. Which we should have saw
I
coming.
want to make you red.
I was tired at that point. Like it was.
You didn't want him to make you red?
No. After Doctor's betrayal, I felt like it was a chore to finish it.
After Swindler cut her hair, it's just like, nah.
I did like how Doctor was...
growth.
I did like how Doctor was able to fix her own, like, being cut in
In
half.
half.
That was pretty fucking...
That was a deep power. I'll
I
give
am
her
a
that.
doctor.
She had the most brutal death, though, let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
And there was redemption. Hoodlum got redeemed before he died.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Ooh.
Hey, Hoodlum played a big part there, okay?
Okay.
And he got to
was
bang
cool.
Doctor.
He
I
was
like-
Brawler's
I
hype
like
man.
Hoodlum.
let's be
That
honest.
is true.
He was Brawler's bro. What
500 million
the
years,
point
baby.
where they finally make it to the rocket? And he's like, "Oh, bro, check it out," because he didn't realize that he was. And then he was like all sad for a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, that hit me.
I felt bad for the kids.
The kids? Nah, fuck the kids.
No, like they were just like monochrome zombies until like even Sister started getting more character development the more time she spent
With Swindler, yeah.
Yeah. And then when Swindler about got raped, that was another one where I was just like, why am I still watching this? I hate this show.
No.
I don't really hate it. It's just the love that I had for the show between the first episode and when Brawler died, and that whole scene where they're coming back to the city. The train's done and they're on their way back.
Right.
That's where it started to dip down. Mainly because I think most of the show's nostalgia or the greatness of the show is how wondrous it is. Like you said, it's got its beautiful scenery. It's midnight Japan with a little bit of...
That was very well animated.
Yeah, it was
Oh yeah,
beautiful,
yeah.
beautiful show.
We're not knocking that.
And the characters were so bouncy and colorful and so quirky and weird, and they started to not only show how different they were, but how their abilities could differ and how they could face whatever odds that were coming after them, even on the train. But after that, and they get the kids, it was just, well, we got to finish the job. Sulk, sulk, sulk.
Who was y'all's favorite character? Mine was the senior executioner, the one that went toe to toe with Brawler.
Brawler.
I'd have to say Hacker.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet you
I wonder
did, you
why.
dirty boy.
Shut up!
Hacker was my favorite and followed closely by Cutthroat. Just because Cutthroat's character is crazy. Like
That's the thing.
how
I think
he's just able to keep going and going and going. He was
Right.
one of the toughest of the group.
I don't doubt that he was tough. It's just when I see a crazy character, I expect them to be much like the Joker. That's just because I've grown up with the Joker. He's crazy, but he has a method to the madness.
Right.
And his method towards the end, where he's like, okay, I'm happy now. I'll kill you. That just.
That was his goal all along, was to kill Swindler.
But that's not the way he played it. If he wanted to kill her all along, why didn't he make subtle hints to it? Why didn't he joke about it? Somebody that's crazy doesn't make the rationalization that, oh, well, I should just go ahead and play quiet until
this whole
it's time to kill them.
It looked more like he had a crush on her, like an innocent crush, versus I'm going to slaughter you.
Yeah. His character just didn't sit well with me. Cool. It was cool that he was bouncy
What was he
and
supposed
quirky.
to do? Just like ring her doorbell, and when she opens it, stab her through the spine?
I think he should have been way creepier than nice.
Did you catch that?
No, I actually have to agree with Vol here. I liked how he kind of just, at the end, was, oh yeah, I'm going to kill you now. Because it actually...
Surprise!
Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I knew he was crazy.
Yeah.
But it actually kind of made him a better character, in my opinion, because most crazy people you're not going to know what they're going to do, and they're going to do something to surprise you.
How did you guys feel about when they get to Kanto and it's like, guess what? Supercomputer.
How super? There's nothing else here.
I was a little let down.
Yeah.
I was expecting something...
I was expecting something like... was a big show there, Attack on Titan.
Oh.
Where it's just a normal civilization. Everybody's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys still exist?
Yeah.
What?
I was expecting like a big plot twist, like, oh, they're just living normal lives and you guys are the weird ones.
I was expecting like a utopia on the other side of that, that...
like the polar opposite to Kansai. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of what I was expecting. Like, big, bright city, everybody's living...
Right,
all
but
happy
the
and
concept
free.
of the supercomputer still works. I think it was a great concept. It
Yeah.
still works. It's just not what I was
And
expecting
of course,
whatsoever.
who was there to break that supercomputer apart?
The hacker.
Well, who the fuck else?
You don't understand when he like. It bothered me a little bit when he's like,
Stayed
well,
behind?
yeah, he's like, see ya, here, take my little floaty dog face thing. I'm going.
You said
to
you wanted
Congo."
one, right? Bye, bitch.
Well, I mean, his character is basically, he's got nothing, he's the top of what he does,
Mhm.
hacker and video games. He's got nothing else to challenge him.
Also, I have to point out that I think Swindler's a bitch at the end of the show because she's like, "Hey, you take the kids to the town over there that we just conveniently remembered existed, and I'll hold off all 5 executioners." I'm like, okay, there's got to be something special to this. No, I'm just a regular person. I'm like, oh, she's swindling them. Okay,
Yeah.
didn't work. That was dumb. You're retarded. Oh, she was recording herself. Okay, maybe she wasn't as retarded as I thought. Oh, wasn't actually her. She did not have the foresight to do that. That was hacker. So she was just going to let herself fucking die.
She's
To
an
save the
idiot.
kids.
She's a moron. And she thought, oh, now I'll become a swindler.
But was she swindling the executioners, or was she swindling the people watching the anime?
That's the thing. She didn't know the phone was set there. So how would she know that?
Hey, she got the drop on Cutthroat. Give her some credit.
She was lucky enough to not die. And then she died.
They all died except for the kids.
That's what her tombstone should read.
What,
if
here,
she
here
gets
lies
one.
basic bitch.
We knew her pretty well, like 9 out of 10. We knew exactly what she was going to do.
It's
pretty
like
basic.
that
bitch.
old adage, she swerved to miss a psychopath and hit an executioner. Like,
Pretty much.
So, I will give it this. One of my biggest qualms with it was the intro. I didn't like the intro music.
Oh yeah, the intro is just bad.
It got a little tiring.
Very.
The outro was great, though.
this is coming from the same people that were like, Gunslinger Girl's intro is so good. Oh my God. Like,
I didn't say that. He
violence
said
and
that.
I
Yes.
think it was great.
He said that.
I
Don't
think
you
the
look at
premise of the
me.
entire show was great.
I'm
Don't-
looking at you.
I didn't say it was good. I did not say Gunslinger's
we
intro
might
was
have to
good.
go back
It's
to
not
that
my fault you
episode.
guys aren't cultured. That's just not my fault.
I take no stand in this. Okay.
Yeah, you
I'm
know
the one who
better.
agreed with you with Fire Force's Mayday being like fucking amazing.
best, yeah.
One of the best intros besides King Game, which was
Ooh.
made by the same band. So
Ooh, it's Naruto as a fireman. Ooh,
Hey, watch it.
just not my thing.
now we know what we're gonna make him watch now.
That's fine. Wait till you see what I pick.
I'm afraid.
Me too.
I could have picked thousands of things. I thought, I'll
no,
be
you
lenient.
did. No, you did.
I'll be
no,
lenient. I'll
no,
pick something
no.
You had
new.
you had restrictions and you know it,
Yeah, I picked something new.
or relevant.
I'm terrified because out of all of our picks, he's had the most misses. Gunslinger Girl.
It's not my fault.
Megalobox.
I
It's
like
not my
Megalobox.
fault you guys are uncultured.
I like Megalobox.
Before we move on to the pick, I want to get your guys' thoughts on, of course, the ending. Like, spoiler alert, everyone dying. Like,
They're a
did
Suicide
you see
Squad.
it coming?
Yes.
You did. You saw everybody.
It was
What
Rogue
do you think
One.
about Courier's last stand?
I didn't like Courier anyway, so it was just. I was just kind
But
of like.
you liked his bike, right?
Oh, his bike was cool.
Yeah.
It was all
The
right.
rail cannon. Oh my
Doesn't
god.
it remind you of the SDS Fenrir Cloud's bike?
Yes, it did. It did. The first time I saw
You
it, I
didn't
was
get
like,
those vibes. Yeah,
I did. I was like, oh, I see where they got their
It's
inspiration.
Cloud's
for this.
bike.
It's Clouds. But to be honest, I didn't like him from the get go. So
because he dropped money in a dystopian future, and you're just gonna. People are starving on the side.
no,
of the
no,
street,
no. That's
and you're
not why I
just
didn't like
He
dropping
was
him.
just
money.
a simple character.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's
I'm
there
not
to
saying
finish
he
the
was
job.
bad. It was just you knew exactly what to expect from him.
Yeah, he's gonna finish the job.
That's exactly what I meant. To me, there was other characters that had a better thing. Cutthroat was better.
Yeah, he was.
Everybody was better than Courier.
Brawler was great. He was just
Brawler,
a
Brawler
fighter.
was good. Those were my top three: Hacker, Cutthroat, and Brawler.
The only thing I liked about the end, other than how Courier went out, because I love the railgun. That thing is dope. I can't wait until we make our own railgun. Big gun guy. The only other thing I liked was the way the citizens turned.
Yeah.
And the little girl that just walked up to the executioner, and she's like, "No, you guys got here." Pop!
Yep.
You're going to kill us too? And I'm like, oh shit, that little 5-year-old's fucking wilding.
So, in the ending, you know what this reminded me of? And I don't think anybody else has seen this except for me. Did anybody watch Psychopaths on Funimation? It's an anime.
Why does that sound
I know
familiar?
of it.
It's the
7
same.
Psychopaths. The movie.
Psychopaths, not psychopath. Psychopath.
Why does that sound familiar?
Well, they use psychopaths to kill psychopaths.
I know you.
don't they?
Me and you watch. I started you on it, and you didn't like the first episode, but I told you it gets better.
I think I'm thinking of Mob Psycho.
I think you are, but it's basically the same thing.
Hmm.
Not now. When I say it's basically the same thing, you have the enforcers
Mhm.
who have a criminal or somebody who has been judged a criminal
Mhm.
working with them, and they can control them with their gun. Come to find out, there's a big conspiracy. Just like how they turned on the enforcers, they turn on the gun. It's basically the same concept without the suicide.
I feel like suicide's what made it work.
It probably did, but you know what? Psychopaths was still good, like very good. Even had a movie and
A
I think-
game.
yeah, a game.
Oh, nice.
So yeah. All I see out of the corner of my eye is Sandal.
All right, Aaron. So what's your pick?
I'm so
I kinda
fucking
want-
scared.
I kind of want to hear what you guys give the show rating wise out of 10, because we've done that with the other animes.
That's true.
Go ahead, it's your anime. It was yours.
I would have to give it a 7.5.
Are we taking this as the first part or after?
The whole
Altogether.
show.
Oh,
The whole show.
Damn.
The whole show.
If I have to give a grade for the whole show, I've got to say 7, because the only things that I didn't like was the mood changes, and I know that's opinionated. That's not factual on the show at all. So I think anybody just coming into it would probably like the whole thing as a whole, especially if they're just the average anime fan.
Mhm.
I'm sure somebody would be super ecstatic about the entire thing. But me
Yeah,
personally,
apparently all reviewers, modern classic. That's all I heard.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10 because I can't find anything factually wrong with it.
I like that.
I'm going to give it harsher, probably like a 5.5, just because I didn't care for it. It didn't wow me like it wowed you. I'm sorry. But I still gave it a good chance. The music didn't really... I mean, now the original soundtrack, Deering, was really good. It was on point. But the intro really bothered me. And I didn't like some of the animation. Like, there was really up close on eyes that looked really weird. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. So it was just like... I'm not
Like
watching...
Alien Eyes?
You know what I'm saying.
Like Gunslinger Girl Eyes?
Yeah. It kind of...
Hungry eyes.
It kind of gave me a little bit
I
of
think I know
a...
what you mean. They really, I guess the character design, they focused a good amount on like highlight in the eyes.
And then
you
they
know,
would
to
do
make it,
like... Yeah. And it kind of freaked me out to where I was drawn mostly to that. But I will say this. I really, really enjoyed the steampunk atmosphere.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great. But
Cyberpunk.
I didn't mean to say cyberpunk the first time. It's steampunk's what the
It's
design is.
cyberpunk.
Is it a bit of both technically?
It is, but
I
the
didn't see
original
any
is
steam.
steampunk.
Okay.
But I would say it was okay. That's the reason why I gave it a 5.5. Just didn't wow me.
I like that. Okay.
I was hooked up until like the last 3 or 4 episodes, so I give it a 6 to 6.5. Because everything else after that 6 was garbage.
So I feel like is average, not no modern.
He's salty
classic.
because Brawler died. They all are.
I did like
I did like Brawler. He was cool.
But we all knew he was going to die.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy
Takes-
that thinks he can punch people while they're actively shooting at him doesn't
Hell
have a long
yeah.
life to live.
No.
You were too busy shooting at me to notice my punches.
And the fights between him and the senior executioner were done pretty well.
Dude.
I will
Oh,
admit
yeah.
that. I will admit
Especially
that.
towards the end where he's just taking all the blows. He's like, I know you're getting tired. He just starts fighting back. He's like, I know you're getting tired. Just, I'm going to take them all. Fuck it. It was great.
I will say that. Like I said, animation style, it had good moments. Like the water scene when they're fighting in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. But just it was a little weird.
You weren't wowed.
No, I really wasn't.
Well, I'm sure what our boy Eric
I'm so fucking scared.
is getting ready to pick is going to wow you.
Are you ready?
No.
Hold me.
It's nothing crazy. Then again, I haven't finished it yet, but yeah. So originally, I was going to pick Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. It is under 50 episodes.
Of course he was.
It's a classic anime. It's to the point where Funimation's like, you know what? We need to add it back onto our streaming roster.
Have they?
They have. It's on our on the streaming roster. I was incorrect. They are not making another season. It is still staying the same 2 seasons that originally came out in the early 2000s.
So no.
Actually, I think it was 2008.
Yeah,
So no, it's nothing new. But we've limited ourselves to doing something newer, more relevant, more
Mm-hmm.
up and coming.
Yep.
And this still is up and coming. It was released in April of this year.
Oh wow.
So,
That's even scary.
I mean, super new.
Is it all released out or is they
Yes,
still
all 12 episodes of season 1 has been released. I don't know if they're confirmed for a season 2 yet. And up to episode 8 is an English dub. So if you want to wait a couple weeks, it should get the rest of the episodes out. I think it's got 4 more to go.
Okay.
But worst case scenario, you have to watch 2 episodes in Japanese dub.
I'm cool
Okay.
with that.
So this comes from Funimation. I don't know if it's limited, but the name of the show is Combatants Will Be Dispatched.
Okay.
I have heard of that.
I have
Yeah.
heard of that too. I was looking actually last night on Funimation because I was seeing what they had this season. That's why I found out they had When They Cry on there, and I was like, "Whoa." But I did see that.
Yes. Now it is a newer isekai ichi style anime, so it's once again it's supposed to take place in the real world.
He hates me.
It's supposed to take place in the real world, but then they're also in a video game. But then they're also being teleported to a new world. So the point is, it's so weird and wacky that the plot doesn't matter. It's about what's happening to the main characters. So here's the summary that Funimation gives.
I'm scared.
To climb the corporate ladder at the evil Kisaragi Corporation, Combatant Agent 6 must conquer a magical planet and a demon lord's army.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty generic.
Yeah.
The reason I chose this one is because even though the plot isn't 100% fleshed out, because that's not the point, they still give you so many little clues as to why you want to know what's happening. So, yes, he's being dispatched to a totally different planet because apparently his evil corporation's already conquered Earth. And they're afraid that if other planets find out that they've conquered Earth, that they'll come to attack them. So they're preemptively striking another planet.
Okay.
But this other planet has magical creatures, magical monsters. And as they're walking into town, they see an old, decrepit U.S. tank. He's like, hey, what's with the tank? They're like, what are you talking about? That's an old artifact. And they have no idea what any of this stuff is. So it's going to be a ride.
Yeah, that's piqued my interest.
Yeah.
We'll just have to
And
wait and see.
Mr.
Yeah.
Spud looks enthused over there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to love every second of it.
Why is it that I actively try to get stuff y'all like, and I think you just want to just
Watch
hate
the
me?
world burn.
I am just calculating all the evil points I'm going to get. which is a joke you'll get after you watch this show.
Oh my god. All
Evil points acquired.
right, guys, with that as an anime, we'll be back with our review of that.
Yeah.
If you enjoyed tonight's episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we
Please.
will catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.